Yo, from here, can't know what one boss, Dan boss. You're watching the Rope podcast, you understand?
Yes, I hear that.
And you're tuning to Ropes' podcast. Like, share, subscribe.
This is Vibe Squad from Straight Outta
This is Juvenile and King Tubby Son.
This is Movistar Johnny.
And this is Andrew Fresh.
Right now, you're tuning to Ropes' podcast.
Just do the right thing.
Do the right thing. This podcast is brought to you by Video Rose Production Limited. Whether you got an event, a birthday, a wedding, a christening, even music video, we will capture it all for you. Don't waste time. Give Video Ropes a call. Yes. Welcome to another Ropes podcast. But today we're gonna continue the discussion about life, family, everything that's affect our community. Okay, but today podcast is brought to you by Blue Nile South Restaurant, specializing in seafood. The best fish them serve right there. Okay, so anytime you're in the area and you're feeling hungry, just check out Blue Nile Restaurant South. They say they have delivery room. You can sit down at your house, put up your foot, turn on the telly, and just make your order. And it's like they're sharing the food in your own plate. Just as you quint, it drop. Okay? Welcome to another podcast. And today we have 3 or 4 lovely people in the house. 4 responsible people. So we're going to start and ask all of you to introduce yourself and your qualification. So we start from Dana.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening to all of you, my colleague, Donna Bless. Good evening. Well, my name is Donna Williams, but in the dancehall fraternity, they call me Don Don. Working as a teacher at the moment, working in the school establishment, so that's what I'm doing at the moment. And I'm currently doing my master's in special education needs and disabilities, so I'm also working in a special school with children with different disabilities, which I can't name a school at the moment. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Entrance.
Hello, my name is Danny Bless, aka Entrance Boss, and I'm a host, an actor, a vlogger, a slangist, a motivational speaker, and most of all, I do many things, but not everything. So I just want to say big up Hope's podcast. I'm here. Thank you.
Angel.
Hi everyone, I'm Angel. They call me Angel SOS because I am the CEO of Save Our Sons, but I'm a social worker by qualification. And yeah, I do too many things to mention. But let's just say the whole entertainment thing is my thing as well.
Okay, DJ Docs.
Yes, hello. My name is Mr. Dale Tomlinson, CEO of Better Builder Contractor, Promo Star Graphics, and also a DJ. DJ Orthodox, I just said.
Okay, so familiarize with everyone right now. So let's get the show on the road. What is love to you, Danny?
Okay. Love is showing affection and care, also caring, giving up what you showing compassion, as a matter of fact. So you have to have compassion to have love. You have to compromise as well. So if you don't compromise, it's not showing love. You have to give up something when you say you're in love. If it's in love or loving in the community, whatever love you see love or whatever you might terms love to be.
Okay, have you ever been in love?
Yes.
How does that feel?
Feel good. So if when you're in love, it you'll definitely feel good, and there's a thing where being in love, you will know to trust the person, to love, showing that person the compassion, the love, as I said, and also ensuring that you compromise with that person. So if you're in love, or if you're a person that say that you're in love and you cannot compromise anything, then don't really love that person, because sometimes you have to give up something.
Okay. What do you give up?
Or what will I give up?
What did you give up?
Okay, maybe sometimes it all depends, because now I'm newly married. What the
You the man. Oh, congratulations. Congratulations. So did you have to give up some? How long ago you married now?
Since December.
Since December.
Yeah.
Congratulations again. See, love still exists. All right. Let's move on to Angel. Yeah. What is love? What love mean to you?
For me, love is an adaptation. So before the compromise, you have to be willing to accept love in order to be able to like exercise the love that you may be able to give somebody else. So I find that I'm always willing to be in a relationship and be loving. And as Donna was saying, like compromising and everything just comes with it. So I believe that love is just a matter of being willing to accept, to be compatible with somebody else who is not you or like you, because nobody's going to be like you. So you're going to have to, adapt to somebody else's needs and behavior and everything else. So it's an all-round thing for me.
What do you think about relationship? Today's relationship.
I think today's relationships may be a bit more difficult than the past, because a lot of people are influenced by the things that they have, again, adapted to. So it's the wrong adaptation. But you can see past things like that, because if you stick to your ways of understanding what a relationship is, you won't fall short of having a good relationship. So I can honestly say I've always had great relationships. It's just because some people, you may get with somebody who doesn't understand what a relationship is. So that doesn't mean you change and become like those people who don't value relationships. So it's just value.
So what do you look for in a relationship?
Well, again, compatibility. We have to be compatible in the things that we can stand of each other. So even if we're both interested in different worlds, it's support that will keep us together. So if I'm, for example, if a person is into sports and I'm not, I would still go to the sports games and support and be there. I will watch the games from home if I can't be there.
And if you don't like it?
Yeah. Because you have to show interest in somebody else other than yourself. I've done that before. I've been to the football games in the park with Amanda. I'm that girl cheerleading with the bag, with the drinks, and every time it's halftime, I've got the water ready. Yeah, that's me.
Have you ever been in a relationship where you don't get the same support from your partner?
Yes, but that's usually because of jealousy. He may be a bit uncomfortable with the things I enjoy.
How do you deal with it?
I don't rub it in his face or make it difficult for him. So if you're not comfortable with me perhaps modeling a certain type of shoot, then I'm not going to rub it in your face. And I might just at least change the shoot a little bit to suit you. That's the compromise.
Okay, all right. The same question to Mr. Entrance. What is love to you?
LOV, yeah? Well, it all depends on what you love, because some people love them car, Some people love them house. Some people love them car more than them girl.
I say, what is love to you?
Let me say what you love, innit? You hear me? But we're talking about a female now, right? Yeah, you know, right? Anyway, well, loving as well, newly married lady say, she knew in love and she twinkle back her love, so I like that story there. So that's real love, If you can go back that journey there and, manifest it today, you understand me? So I love that. So she just said, I like that, That's a story, innit? Can take a lot for you if you do all of that all over again, innit? So that's great. So you see love now to me now. Love is just like, love is simple, love is not hard, And some of the time, love give a goose bump in the belly. You can't know to. You hear me? You have to connect with that person. That's the greatest thing about love. When you love someone, you don't lie to them. I think that's the right way, you know? If you love someone and you tell them lie, you got to hurt them. But some of the time, you know, go out there, you have to take that look at one little lie, innit? But, you know.
Have you ever always honest with everybody you fall in love with?
No. Okay. It happens.
DJ Docs, what love means to you?
Love, such a broad thing. First of all, for me, love is attraction. I have to be attracted to you. And in that sense, you know, in love with someone that you're say sexually involved with, it comes with a lot of stress and a lot of compromise as well, as we all know. But the attraction, cohesion, and also it takes a lot of work. So it's not all about just loving someone. Say you love someone. I don't believe in that. But everybody say it. I love you, I love you. I hear it all the time. You have to show me that you love me. Because I'm like a mirror. You know, what you show me, you get that reflection of me. But if you don't show me that, you're not getting that. You know, so for me, love in a nutshell is all that you all said earlier on and more. It's something that you constantly have to work at. You know, because I see a lot of people say, boy, yeah, I love him, a man say, boy, I love her. But you don't see that in the actions. So for me, love is action. You have to do love to actually be in love with somebody. Because a lot of people say it, but trust me, it become a cliche now for me. You know, so even my woman tells me she love me, I look at her sometimes and she look at me and say, D, you know what I said? And I say, yes, but I'm looking in the eyes. You know, but at the same time, I know she loves me because she showed that. You know, and in turn, I show back her love. So that's how we, you know, that emotion is very, very tight.
So you're in a committed relationship?
At the moment, yes. Yeah.
Can I ask how long it is?
It's going on 5.
5 years?
Yeah.
Okay, good time. Are you in a committed relationship, Angel?
Yes, I am.
How long is it going?
It's been a long time.
Are you in a committed?
Very long time.
Entrance, are you in a committed relationship?
Bitter ups. To be honest with you, I wasn't to answer that question because if I didn't know you was gonna ask that question before, I would tell her not to. You understand me? So
Why?
It's just the fact that remember me in the street that ups. I mean, I have fans like you too, you know. I mean, the fans them get jealous and them things, so let's leave it
This
there.
have nothing to do with no fans getting jealous. This is.
But don't worry, but I'll leave it there. Thank you very much, yeah.
This is one second, Dan. 1 second. This is getting back our community together. So we feel in our own love and see what is love and what love means to certain people. And Dana, you don't even have to answer that because you're just married. Right?
I'm single.
Okay. It's your thing.
Then you jump off of the ship, yeah.
Be careful now. You're saying that you're single, but then you make someone start crying now. And there's a point that I want to make in love. For anyone to even feel or think that you love, you have to love yourself. Because if you can't love yourself, you cannot show that compassion. You cannot show that adaptation. Because you adapt to certain things, you have already put certain things on the table that this is what I'm going for. So for you, you have to love yourself to show that love. And as for Mr. Entrance here, that say you didn't want to answer the question, is either you're in a relationship or you're not. And if you don't answer that question in the way that you should answer it, then maybe you might be hurting someone's feelings right now.
Okay. Go on.
Can I answer, sir? Yeah. All right. I know you're happily married, so your thing turn up. So I'm not gonna elaborate about that. Respect, and I'm happy for you. But I'm seeing someone then. How that sound?
Say that, please,
Okay,
because you don't want to hurt. As we're trying to build the community, let's build the community with honesty.
And before I said it.
Okay. All right, Angel. I'll come back to you then. Can you help who you fall in love with?
Yeah. I have I don't have a checklist or a list, but I have a mental, mathematical list for my journey. So I plan my life, and I want to be responsible in what I do and who I touch. So I let a person know before we even think of going to any bedroom to lay down, or you have to know what I would like, my values, and I have to know yours. And if your values don't match mine and I'm looking for a relationship, then there's no need for the application. It's like going for a job you do not want to go into. Are you willing to wake up for it every day and go and be miserable? Or are you just going to take the job you should be going in line with because that's what you want? So I am that person who goes for what I actually feel and know, like he said, is compatible to my needs. That cuts out the stress and the drama.
It always work like that for you.
Yes.
Dana, do you know when the person is right for you?
I know this person is right for me now.
So wait.
Because
Wait, one
before-
second. How long did you separate from him?
Good 20 something years.
20 years. So he didn't write then.
It was, but at the time, I was getting. It was about just before I came here. We were in the relationship about 2 years prior to me coming here, and we were already looking at engagement and stuff like that. But then, yes, Robes. But then because I said I was gonna come here, he was the one who fell short because he thought that, wow, if you go abroad now, that's it. I don't see the relationship like that. But then, even though I came here, I got married, started a different life. The thing is, because my husband was such a good person from the beginning, I always keep in contact. Not in contact to say as girlfriend and boyfriend,
That's
because
friend,
I
that's
did
friend.
just friend, because we did move on in different direction. But then fate is a different thing, because where fate is pulling you, that's where you will go. So by the time I went back, each time I go back home, I'll make sure I get him something, because, for instance, I had 2 children in Jamaica before I came to London. Then you'll weigh up, because it's a thing, this you've been in relationship before. For me, I've been in relationship before. I've been in marriage before, but I can see this person is humble. This person is trustworthy. This person is like, you compromise everything. You adapt to my world. You understand? So in that way, you know that you can feel the heartbeat of that person. You understand? So I think it's a lot to do with showing as Angel said, compassion, but also we have to compromise a lot in our relationship.
Okay. Do you want to add anything to that, Dax?
I just think it's well said because, I was thinking along the same line that she was saying earlier on, but just to add to that, as I said before, a lot of people use the term love, but up until recently, I realized what love is all about. Because before I've been in a relationship and I love you, but I realized it was just sex or attraction at that time. But you have to be in love with someone. You can love someone, but you have to be in love, and that person has to be in love with you. That clash will never break so easy unless something drastic will happen. So once you know both parties are in love with each other, it's more or less halfway there.
Entrance. Do you think that most men that fall in love, especially in our community, they fall in love because of sex? They're just interested in sex, and they just love the woman because in their head they think that the woman have the best sex.
Well, every man, have a different choice, 'Cause you have some man who like, when I talk about sex, every man like a different type of woman. You have some man like chubby woman, innit? You have some man like slim woman. So every woman, every all of them tick a bush then, innit? So a lot of people deal with love different. But you see my love when me fall in love with people ups, yeah? It's not even about the body alone, but I like a girl with a good body. You hear me? Maybe honestly, every man do. Like a girl with a good body. So, I not lie. Sometimes my body, I like the body too. So, I like a girl with a good, I love a girl with a good body. So, I not lie. You understand me? But it's not about the body sometimes because sometimes the girl have the good body and the pretty face and them hygiene, you know? All right, you know, some simple girl, you know, what you see, you know?
Let me turn back around a question again to you. What attract you first to a woman when you first saw a woman? What attract you first? What go through your mind when you just saw her?
Me to get my first thing come through my mind when I see a girl, yeah? You can't see a girl look beautiful. Yeah, no disrespect on me said. Girl, yeah? You can't see a girl look nice. And you can't see a next girl will look simple. I've experienced in a party one night, right? I see a girl look simple. She don't have an eyelash. Nice, beautiful black girl, innit? I'm going to walk to her and I say, that innocent fit, you know. You look like you're at the wrong place. It's like she's for that church. You know what I mean? She at the party and she not dance. And just speaking to her, like me just fall in love with the way she talk. Do you understand me? I said, sometimes you don't know who you will fall in love with those. So you can't say I go for the body and the face.
What did you say? Did you just fall in love with her while talking to her?
No, like I feel her, innit? You hear me? Like would I talk to her again then? Like how would mother want to talk more to her?
That's her outside beauty attract you.
Yes. So it's not all about the beauty sometimes, you know? Just about the beauty sometimes. It's about girl have at school and she talks so sensible. And I love how she talk.
Angel, when you're out and about, what can be the worst thing a man can say to you? What would be a turn off?
For me, it's demeanor. It's not. It doesn't even have to speak. Sometimes it's his body mannerism. A man without good manners just would not even get a chance to get into my head. So whatever he says, I'll politely respond and then I'll politely leave. So it doesn't get that far. Like that's a 2-minute conversation. You know, I politely take a nice exit from there. So to be honest, I don't give it too much thought. It doesn't go there.
Does people find it easy to fall in love with each other? I'm just throwing out the question out there. Who wanna answer that? Does people find it easy to fall in love with each other?
No, I don't think so. I don't think. I know people say love at first sight, but I don't think I could love someone at first sight. Oh, I see that person. Oh, I love that person. No, it's just. I'm believing it's just attraction, because at the end of the day, you need to know that person. You need to know how that person will react in certain situation and stuff like that. And for me to say, oh, I love that person, you're just saying you love that person because maybe of the way the person dress or the way the person looks, but it is not love. I don't think that's love, and I wouldn't believe that is love.
Well, I totally agree. That's just part of the attraction, really. You know, you see something, a woman should have put I say this time around, she looked beautiful, you're attracted to her. But then you make an approach, and by talking to you, you may find out that, something wrong. So, or, you know, it's not my cup of tea. You know, end of the day is, as I said before, it's all about cohesion. You know, you speak to someone, you find them interesting, she look beautiful lady, whether she's beautiful or not, fat, slim, whatever the size. But as you said, it's how you connect to that person will make you, you know, really interested.
Okay.
You know?
All right, let's go for let's take a first break, okay? So everybody can relax. Everybody kind of look tense up. And so, right, Mr. Enchance, we'll just take a break. Yeah? This podcast is brought to you by Video Rose Production Limited. Whether you got an event, a birthday, a wedding, a christening, even music video,
We will capture it all for you. Don't waste time. Give Video Ropes a call.
Welcome back. As I say, this week's podcast is brought to you by Blue Nile South, restaurant specialized in seafood. And Docs, as you were saying, all right, before you say that, we live in a community and we see a lot of broken marriage, broken relationship, and we also see a lot of single mothers fighting it on their own, raising their kids, and no husband, no baby father coming home to them, baby father on the road hustling, doing all kind of different things. And we're here talking about love and true love and what love means to us or what love means to you. And so if we all understand what is love, why can't we drive it into our relationship? Why does relationship fall apart?
The first thing we have to kind of pinpoint is why people get together in the first place, because a lot of people get together because of financial reasons. Some people get together because of, difficulty they have elsewhere. Some people running from a bad relationship. So there's all these factors involved. Now, you get into a relationship and you deal with someone, bam, bam, you find out this is not the person for me. But by then, you have kids.
So why when after you have kids you find out that the person is not right for you?
Sometimes kids come quick.
If you take time to know the person, then
Yeah.
kids wouldn't come. Because we would have found out that the person is not right for us.
Well, we go back to the same thing we were discussing earlier on. It's not love. Because if you love that person, then you will stick around for the duration. And sometimes we ourselves are saying, hold on a minute, I'm a parent now. I can't act how I used to act years ago. But our problem is, I think one of our problem is that as man, we tend to have this gallus culture. Everybody want to be a gallus. I've heard it all over the shop. I even tried it myself.
Gallus.
Yeah.
What's a gallus?
I manage a lot of women, multiple partners.
It's a whole of money that you know.
It costs a lot of money, it costs a lot of time, a lot of stress, and oftentimes that's one of the main reasons why relationship break down. 'Cause people can work together, I've known a lot of people together now, they don't really love each other that much, but they're working together as a team.
So why they work together if they don't love each other?
Because of necessities.
So that's not good. That's not
It's
healthy.
not good, but it's happening, it's working for them.
Okay, let's bring Danny and this one. There's a lot of people are together, but they are not in love. Why?
Yeah, remember the great boy they tell you about sugar daddy, and books, Yeah, you mean them people exist, Yeah, you mean? So you have to put into consideration so that a female out there can finance himself very well. A bigger man up. Him my work every month, him get him paycheck. You understand me? So she fall in love. You hear me? But deep down, that's why you have a lot of women that give man jacket now. Because they don't want the man. Because some man just keep some woman for them until them papa man reach.
Where I take from when a woman give a man jacket, you know what come to my mind?
What?
You could have give that man here at the same time.
It's not even about the age, because it doesn't matter about that. Some man want jacket in a house. Some man know the pit.
Man don't want no jacket.
No, man, you have man like that. You have man who take this, I'm with honest with you, yeah? You have man that the world live right now with them fiancé or them wife. Yeah. But them wife got cheat on them. And true, they don't want to disgrace that child in the house and the father out there and don't know what I go on.
And what percentage is that?
Trust me, it up there. About 25, 30.
And the man know about it.
The regular sit, man. The regular sit. It trending, you know that ropes, man. Even Jamaica is trending as well. You understand me? Yeah, it's in Jamaica is trending as well. So, oops, come on, man. We are Jamaicans, man. You know that. Man, no.
No, we're not all Jamaican.
No.
Angel is not Jamaican.
Man, no. I see all the pitney wood and can't talk. Worse if a man where have the pitney a bad man or a top man. If in talk, you can get a gunshot. Sorry if I said that by your live, by your podcast. No, I'm a liver, so you have to put into consideration, innit? But you're saying that it's real.
So, all right, it's real. And that's one of the things why we say our community is falling apart because of these things that is real.
Yeah.
But is it good?
Well, to be honest with you, I'm not gonna support that.
You as a man, and you as you call yourself, so you're in the street, man, and you find a woman, you get her pregnant, and because you make a move to the sex early, didn't take time to know her. By the time she have your baby, you find out that she's the wrong girl for you. And what do you do next? You step left her.
Me?
No, I'm just putting out the question out there in general. You step left her. So there's a mother out there growing a child on her own. Father don't love the mother. What do you think gonna happen to that child?
Oh, so I'll be honest with you, I've been in something similar like that. So you hear me? So
Let's talk about it.
A Jamaica me born. I'm alone come to this country. That child born here. You hear me? That girl 90% born here as well. You hear me? If I'm in a relationship with someone and I realize that I'm a cut. Me know me I do. Me say, oh yo, me I left you. But you have to know if you take time, Can't do it in a one day, So you have to play the fool, but you have to take time, cut. Me I do it. Anyway, me there with a girl, and me just clock you say you have some style I mean I like. Furthermore, me like girl will talk about God. Me love God. Me like girl that Bible in them house and pray on them something there. You hear me? Me love them type of girl who are very into God. Straight up. Me like them girl. But if me ever there with you and you have some dirty style and me find out, me left you for you make sense. I say, watch man. Me just give you a couple of time. I left. Me gone. You could have pretty like, remember me used to pretty girl, So me can run pretty girl, And like me then fighting man, Me can't. Me not busy about the picnic. Me come pay my part if she willingly let me come see the child and be that dad. They way and take out the child or whatever. But me not make no picnic me stay.
You willing?
For them for you
if you want to see that child.
No. I will still continue to see my son, my child. I've got that.
You say if she willing.
Me a girl there, if you never know, I have the youth for me. I mean I split up. She allow me to go see the child. And something like that, I find out that the wrong girl, I'm a cut.
So suppose she don't allow you to see the child, what would you do?
Well, I have to do things she do what she have to do it. I can't do them. Can't go to the, well, if you're into the child so much, you have social work and go to the system and get, you don't understand me, I've done it before. But sometimes you have to run up. You think true plan, you think true child, girl now you have to talk to you all the way and want to put your hand on you. True child, you must say, I don't want to kill her in there, so I have to leave. I want to leave, I just want to go. I just want to cut, straight up. I just want to cut.
But this is the reason why I think Angel will agree with me, because she said she's a social worker. And this is the reason why the community is like this. Because, Robes, I've been divorced before I got married over 10 years. And my relationship with my ex-husband wasn't very healthy. So when I started university in 2006, my first degree, he, like for instance, we were living in the house together and I had to do everything. If you had to paint, I learned to paint because of my ex-husband. I learned to put up everything in my house because, I'm gonna do it this week or next week. If I'm going to uni early in the morning and I'm asking, can you please get the children ready to bring to breakfast club, because I tried to make everything easy. You will just take them out of the bed, didn't even cream their skin or anything, and just take them off. And that's not how you see me look after my kids. And then if for instance I'm back home too late, because sometimes I come home from uni, Robes, cook, go back to uni, stay in the library for hours to pass my thing. And if I'm out too late, you will start getting jealous. You're getting jealous, but you're not putting in the work. And jealousy is a big thing in relationship, and that's what is breaking up most of the relationship and leaving the children out there. Sometimes you have to move out of a relationship because you want the kids to be healthy. Because if you're in a relationship where the children are being abused by either parents, you don't want to be in that relationship. And sometimes it's not you, the children that are being abused, it's the parent. And if one of the parent is being abused, then you have to let the parent go, because that's not healthy for the children. It's best you compromise and say, okay, you can have the kids on the weekend like what I used to do, and I will keep them for the week. Make your way in nurseries, do like morning, bring the children to breakfast club and pick them up, but make sure that your children are healthy, because children live what they learn.
Okay, so he was doing his part as a father.
He was doing his part as a father, but he wasn't doing enough. You understand? And then you're going to be jealous and still.
Okay, before the jealous thing come in, when you start to see the signs and start to see that he start to act this way, what did you do about it?
We tried to talk first. At one point I said to him, we should go to counseling. Let's do some counseling so that we can sort this thing out. And it was like, oh, whatever the counselor is going to tell me, I already know. But then when I said, well, I'm going to divorce because I can't sit in this relationship. It's not healthy for me and my kids. And he was like, okay. When he see that I was serious, get the divorce paper and he was supposed to sign, he was going to everybody that he knows to try to ask them to talk to me. But by this time, I did make up my mind. And it's not that I didn't love you. It's not like I wasn't feeling hurt. But at this point, I'm thinking, at this point, Robes, I wasn't paying bills. I had everything. But are you going to think about what you have and not think about your children's health and what's going to happen to your children in the future? You understand? So you sometimes is not what you want for yourself in a relationship, as in money. And this is a lot of things that is happening to most parents nowadays, is the money. You stay in the relationship because some of you want to say, I'm going to be in this relationship because I want all my kids to have the same dad. Have the same dad, but the children are not. Is it the name that you want to save? Or is it the children that are going to grow up and not be on the street because they want to see, oh, my daddy's doing it and I need to be on the street to get this as well and to get that. It's best for you to implant goodness in your children. I have 5 kids. The first one, he has done his university, finished business management. The second one, she's a nurse. The third one, she's 18. She's the one that done my hair and stuff. So she's helping herself. And the third one is just there logging, but I'm still praying because I'm a praying mama, as you know. So in that way, I know that and I have the littlest one is 11, still in school. But it's just that you have to make sure that you push them. Even when you see that they're not going in the right direction, they might choose the wrong crowd, the wrong people. As I go through it with the 18-year-old, I'm going through it with him. So at this point, he's in the house not moving. Because he thinks that if he goes on the street, someone is going to attack him or hurt him. And this is what is happening in the community. Why are parents not saying anything? Why are we scared? Because we grew these children, so we should know what we want to do for our children. Sometimes your children coming in and you know where they're coming from, you know what they're doing, but you're scared to talk as a parent.
Yeah, our kids are being attacked left, right, and center, and because that's why we asked the question, what love mean to you? Because if love mean a lot to you, then we would love our kids first. You understand? You understand? All right, Angel. You want to add what Dana just said?
Yeah. I think most parents, the generational curse is the issue. The generation before most people who are in existence now as parents, some of them messed up. Either they accepted to be in the wrong type of relationship, as she was saying, you just stayed in the relationship for relationship's sake, which is a no. It's an unhealthy environment. Where I'm from, when you see situations like this, a lot of people are very standoff about inviting people into their relationship because of what happens when people know about your relationship. But before you get into a relationship, you should have somebody you trust enough within your families, the two different sides, who can help mediate situations. especially when it comes to parenting. It helps. That's one. Two, I believe that when you're in a relationship and your other starts to change because of jealousy and jealous tendencies, it's quite difficult to bear because it gets to a point where they make your life uncomfortable and the children start to see it. So somebody, if you're trying to avoid a street situation coming into the home, many men adapt and go right back to the habits of phases. So if just because a man has reached 40 doesn't mean he doesn't go through that crisis in his head where he starts to want to act a bit like a young boy again. When he brings that into the home and the
Is that true? When a man reach part, you wanna act like a young boy again.
Why you ask me that question?
It's true.
I'm just wondering because you're a big man, so I'm just asking you.
does it happen?
So you want to ask Dana?
It happens because your association, right? I see it all the time, and this is not personal. But when you see men who are in their 50s and their trousers are hanging down, what do you think that is? I teach my sons to have their trousers up. And I don't mean up here, but I just mean where they should be. I teach my sons to be polite, respectful, well-mannered. So if I bring somebody in the home who I say is my partner, he has to represent what I'm teaching them. So if he starts to change, I'm not going to jump down his throat, but I'm going to at least exercise my mindset and say, honey, could you please tone it down a little bit? Because I am trying to raise them to be gentlemen. I am trying to raise them to be respectful, well-mannered, and dress appropriately in appropriate times. So that's why I'm saying if you allow the street to come into your home, you're growing street children. You are actually grooming. You're grooming within the home. So sometimes parents, the other parent can be toxic. Just because they share the same blood, it doesn't mean they're not going to ruin their child. So, for example, smoking around the children. I don't believe a man should bun with his son. Go do that somewhere else. It should not be that you two are both like this in the house. Never. Because I believe some things are best left in different places, different areas, and different times. I know my son smokes. He will never smoke in front of me. I can guarantee you that. No matter what party we have, he will rather go somewhere, hide, smoke, freshen up, come back in the room like nothing. And I know. But that's respect and manners. So keep the manners within the home correct and in line with your relationship and your parenting. Doesn't mean you're not a cool parent and a fun parent, because as you all know, I'm wild. I have a great time. I have a great life. I don't even hide it from my children. But I'm a parent.
Okay. All right. Since you say you're going to the parent part now, Dana, can a woman raise a boy to become a man?
Yes, I definitely believe in that because how many single parents, as most women are single parent, I'm not saying you don't have a male figure that is a single parent, but it's not so much as the ladies. And how many of these young men are successful and are out there in the community being a good dad? Because first of all, that the way you grew that child is going to grow up and say, I don't want my child to do this, so I'm going to do that. So you can. Because I raised my son by myself, my big son.
How old is he?
He's 32.
He's 32.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you're doing a good job. Okay, researchers show that kids that born in boys that born in broken home are sometimes timid, don't know how to treat women, or don't scared of women, and they end up become wild child on the street. And those are the ones you find on the street getting stopped and all over the place. I never grew up in a single parent home. I grew up with my granny and my grandfather, so I get it double. Understand? But is there any time in your life that when you're growing your son, you think this need a dad. This certain things need a father.
He had his dad before I took him here. So his dad was in his life before I took him in this country. So then coming here, he become now my son without his dad. And you know what? I usually, because these children, they are smart. I usually, when he was 10, 11, calling the dad, to get the dad in the life, speak to him, let him know what is going on and stuff like that. But at a certain point, he realized my dad is not here, so it's not going to reach anywhere, but you can't get me, you can't do this. So at the same time, he just lock off from the dad. So I had to be, my thing, they know, I pray. I always use Ephesians chapter 5, verse 6 on them. Because you need to know your roots. You need to know this is what is going to happen. Don't think I don't know the street. Don't think I don't know what is happening around me. I'm well aware of everything that is going on. And if you do not listen to me, then you're going to have to listen to the street. So this is, you don't want to be out there, so you have to listen to, you need to make a choice.
Give me a second. Earlier on, you say you got an 18-year-old son that's afraid for the street. He used to go on the street. I feel like somebody's after him.
Yeah, he doesn't socialize a lot, this one.
Let me finish with the question. Okay, and you still believe that? So why don't you still believe that you did a good, brilliant job to growing up, that he has to be on the street, or you like him from the street?
I think I did basically I don't blame myself. I think I've done a brilliant job in what I've done and how I've grown them. But then it's a thing where for him to be withdrawn now, he was always withdrawn. He's a game person. So he doesn't socialize a lot and he's always inside. About 2 times he got in problem with the police, and this is because he had followed this individual somewhere else.
Is this individual known as troublemaker?
He's known as troublemaker. Not that I knew he was a troublemaker at the time. It was after then we realized that, because there were friends from year 7 going up. So you know when they get older, you cannot say much. Now my son is more withdrawn, and that boy is a more person that will go out and fight. So because you will fight for me, you are my friend. And he doesn't talk a lot, my son. So for instance, where the boy was fighting for him and he will come and say, can you follow me here? My mom will pick us up. I will contact the mom and the mom will say, yes, I will get them. So in that stage, this is where the situation starts, because he went to something in Tulsa and it ended up, there's a rumble with my son. And the boy that even said, oh, I'm going to let my mom pick us up. The mom did pick them up, but he did not come back and said to me, this is what happened. And it have to do with the postcode thing as well, Robes. Because then, my son was going to CAMS. And where he was with CAM, they noticed that he took some pictures down there and sent it out on his Synap. And the boys realized that he's from the era that he's from. So now you're in my era taking pictures. What you doing here? You're Anik. And he's like, who you calling Anik? And he slapped my son. Now the next boy, who is his friend, tried to defend it. And that's where all of the eruptions start until it reached where my son don't want to go out on the street. I took him out, withdrew him one time, Rob sent him to Jamaica. And this is my son. He's not grown in Jamaica. He doesn't know anyone in Jamaica but my family, but he doesn't know them like that. And where the situation was escalating, I said to him, listen, do you want to go to live with your dad or you want to go to Jamaica? His dad is living 10 minutes away from me. You could have said, yes, I want to live with my dad. But you said, I want to go to Jamaica. Why are you running from the situation? It's because you cannot deal with the situation.
Because the father is not active in his life.
And even if the father is active, his father is active because he will call the dad. He still go to the dad. He will go to his dad on weekends and stuff like that. But the dad is active. The dad even came up to speak to him. But the fact is, he think that if I go to Jamaica, I will get away from it. send him to Jamaica, get him into high school down there. He was down there, started to get really depressed and stressed because he's not used to the culture and the environment and everything. So by this time, Robes' skin was breaking out and everything. I had to send back for him. By the time he came back in November. And January, these boys came to my house. He put up on Snap that he's home. And some of the boys came and kicked my door, slapped my windows out. I had to call the police. So now I have to set up security in my house. Because at one point, they beat him up so badly, my son. And I called the mom of the boy that he said is his best friend, beat him up with his other friend. I called the mom and I'm like, what's going on? What? Because I know who you're with, I know the parents' numbers. And that's the reason why I did find out about the next boy that was living far away. So it's not like
What the other parents did about it?
She was crying because it's a thing where her son came home and tell her a different story from what I was saying, and the thing is how my son was beaten. I'm like, listen, it's like me, I'm gonna go to the police, but because my son is like, the street thing, leave the police out of it, don't, because to them it will escalate and it will get worse. So what I had to do is withdraw from the police, speak to the mom, and she was on the phone crying to me as a mom as well, because she has a younger child in her house. She's scared that she's already with social services and everything, and her boy now, this is gonna even make it worse because they already have criminal activity going on in his name.
Is she a single mother?
Single mother.
Okay, Danny. Can a woman raise a boy to become a man?
Yes. I was brought up by a single mom until I was about 11, 12. So I passed through my kids' time in it. And my stepdad is from Chilani, and my mom started to go to them when I was 12 years old. And everything what me learn is from my mom before he comes around. So even the beauty of what thing what really amazed me when I'm here and I see the sign, I can read the sign and in the airport and at the train station, it kind of make me remember my mom a lot, because she always read me for learn to read, Yeah, man, it can't, man. Trust me, it can.
I'll come back to you. Dax, can a single mother, a single parent, raise their son to become a model citizen?
Yes, she can. It's very, very difficult, though. I'll tell you why. One of the reasons is once a male reaches a certain age, 13, 14, 15, going up to 18, testosterone level is very high. That male testosterone level is going to start to come out of him, oozing out of him. So a lot of kids that I've come across living with a single parent who is a mother, they tend to overrule what they said a lot of times. I've seen it with my own eyes multiple times, because they haven't got that threat of saying, well, I'm going to hold them and say, listen, angle yourself, know yourself. A female will talk from now till next year. That go here and come out here most of the time. But if that same kid stroke man teenager growing up have that level of respect for his mother, he will keep that humbleness about him. Or oftentimes, when that same respectable kid touch the road, it's a different ball game. Because he hasn't got that boundary. He hasn't got a male figure to say, yo, hey boy, yo, son, whatever. That testosterone, to pull in the realms. It's difficult for a mother, although a mother can put them through the school system, best education, all of that. And I'm not saying they don't do it. Multiple times it's been proven that females grow their son by themselves. That same son grows to become lawyers, doctors, you name it. But in the same token.
Right. 1 second. And give me figures. How many out of 100? How many kids were growing a single parent, or end up become a doctor and teacher and lawyer?
In our community, it's not a high percentage that I've seen on certain level. On certain society level, you see it more. Like,
Because I got the data here.
yeah.
Can I say something?
One second.
Oh,
In my
sorry.
opinion,
When you finish.
within certain community and certain structure, you see it more. It excel. I would say, quote unquote, ghetto level, it is more difficult because of the surroundings. So patches breed more criminal-minded youths. They tend to go off the rails more because they grow up. They don't have that male role model. Would they respect? Is the man that's pretty say with a spliff in the hand, the man with the biggest car on the roadside, and that they just want that now. One of the best-looking girls, with big chain around neck. That's the thing that we've been sold as a youngster. Even myself, growing up.
But those are the role models what we see, what we think that's right for us. So
Yes.
we want to be like, we patronize them, we want to
Yeah.
be like them.
We don't really see positive role model that much. You see a lawyer going to work, coming back from it's boring to enough for youths growing up. But when that same lawyer drive a Ferrari, or say you see that same lawyer with a big house on the hilltop, by then you realize it's too late. Your record already messed up. You've been to prison so many times. It's difficult to turn back from that. But even within stable homes, ropes, even within stable homes, we get the same results.
Yes, but and a smaller percentage.
Yes. So it shows that although a female can grow a man, with a male around and both parents, even say stepfather or stepmother, but if the household have a certain cohesion, that kid will grow up with a certain mindset. Even if you go on the road and say, a man say, oh, all a machine, I got to do this, I go say, hold on a minute, no, that's not right now. A kid who don't have that base will not think twice, because with most kids who grow up with that mindset, they will say, boy, I have to answer to mommy, I don't want ropes in me with that thing, I don't want ropes in my pants down here. So they try to fix up. A kid who don't have those boundaries, they don't really care that much. They have got no one to talk to, no one to love them, no one to hug them, no one to go on have a conversation with. So they're left virtually on their own. I've been through that process growing up where mother and father break up, left me with my brother with a 2-bedroom house. But the teaching that we got from, say, this was when I was 13, 14, they break up. But that early teaching keep us in line, both me and my brother. And we got a family unit. So if I'm saying Jerusalem, Kingston 20, time get rough because of Bomagana, St. Mary, we go Spanish Town, we check mommy. So I was have people dotted around that we could go to, and people have that, little boy, what you doing there, sir? Scott Raphael boy, what you doing? Go your yard. So the community look out for us.
All right. Before I bring you in, Angel, I'm gonna go back to your question. Wait, when you say you grew up in a single, your mother grew up until you were 11.
12,
You were 12. It was easy for you and her to grow like that because in Jamaica, a community raised you. Right? Everybody in the community look out for you. They say, oh, that's think that boy that I come down the road and really, boy go home, and if they step out of line, there's somebody there to send you home, as what doctors say. But in England, we doesn't have that community.
Yeah, when I said community, before you get community, most people in Jamaica, like where I was brought up, right? I was brought up in a yard where big like a football field, so 3 houses in there. Auntie lived there, so uncle lived there, so although my mother never have a father figure at the same time, my uncle was there, so my uncle, cousin, everybody there say big man them, so me have to honor manners. Me could not road late because everybody house they near, but as we say in England now, the house them uncle live there, so have that, like everybody live in a one community. You understand where I come from?
The community doesn't raise a child in England. And so
But the good thing where Minister make every woman out there know still, I say, you see the single parent grown up kids, I've got a sister who have 5 kids, and she not live in the best part of Jamaica. I went to Jamaica on holiday, and when I went to my sister and I see her all the way, all of my sister kids them I go high school, una go uni, I go West Indies, I go Mona. Them the kids then I go up on the road. So not because you live in a ghetto and you're a single parent, your child can be somebody. You understand? Because my sister, me see it. None of my sister kids are on the job. All of them I go to me see it. Me see vision and I'm like, we couldn't believe, innit? How we should do it, innit? And she live in that. Them not go road, them go shop, them are forward. But me know if something she beat them, how she do, but anything she do, it our beautiful kids. I don't show my niece. I'm never
Just spend time with them.
Trust me, man.
Okay,
so,
let's
can happen.
let's bring Angel in. Angel, I'm gonna ask you a question again, and because you're a social worker, and you know the figures as much as I research the figures, and I'm gonna ask you the question. And I know you do a brilliant job with your kids, right? And I'm gonna rephrase it for you. How difficult it is for a single parent to raise, or a single mother to raise a boy to become a model citizen.
Okay. First of all, responsibility. You just have to be a responsible parent, but not a broken parent. I am going to scrap the figures. Yeah? The figures do not build what the problem is. The problem is the broken women that are left in the homes to raise the children. I'm sitting here heartbroken, in tears, the man's left. I've got the children, I have to put on a brave face and smile. Good morning, you okay? I'm not okay. I'm broken. I've been crying all night. My eyes are red. Are you okay, Mum? Is everything okay, Mum? They become the man. So, first of all, you start off by injecting fear, rejection, and misery into your children before they even start to grow because of the residue left behind by the person who's left. That's where this whole figure rubbish is coming from. So, how about we state facts? Facts are the amount of men that don't have the patience to build with a woman. If that was to be addressed first, we would have healthy exits and healthy existences. Because guess what? There is a way to do it. You can still separate if you have to, if you really failed each other. But without leaving the home damaged, there has to be responsibility of communication. Did you guys sit down and say, guys, come over. Here's what we've decided. But I'm still going to be around. I'm still going to come over. I'm still going to come and see you sometimes. Feel free to call me and we can meet up and go out sometimes. We can still go for dinner every now and again. I'm not abandoning you. So the issue in the homes is abandonment. That's the stem. That's what's broken. It's not broken women only. It's broken men too. Because when men leave, they're broken as well. And it takes men a long time to heal. They put up this charade that I'm tough, I'm the man, my chest is high. It's not high. Now, I took the responsibility to leave a high-density area when I was younger. And I said, I'm not raising my children in London. That's the first good thing I did for my children. I raised them in a quiet area away from what I see in London, which is the knife crime, etc., etc. So they grew differently. All my friends who remained have got that typical issue in their life where their children are either in prison or, I don't want to go into it, but let's just put it this way, it's not pretty, yeah? Their children are in danger. And it's not about you being a parent why their children are in danger. As a social worker, there are children who can't ride a bike outside and be happy and enjoy. As they turn the corner, they're dead without being involved in anything. So here's what I did when I came into London. I built the community that we're lacking by making my neighbours know, good morning is okay. Good afternoon, how are you? Is okay. Hi, my name's Angel. This is Kim. Say hi to Auntie. My sons call my neighbours Auntie, Uncle, Grandma, because I made sure that I implemented the values.
1 second. Is it because you're from a different culture and those are things that instill in you?
Partly, but remember, born and raised in Tottenham. So my culture was in the home, but when I came out of the home, I blended well with my community, but I remained the same. That's why I say being neutral is okay, yeah? But for me bringing that community thing in, my son is now 22.
Okay. Let's cut for a minute and then we're gonna come back on the next side.
Okay.
Blue Nile South, the restaurant that specializes in seafood dishes. 25 Meeting House Lane, Peckham, SE15 2UN. Open Monday to Sunday, 10 a.m. till 11 p.m. for takeaway and delivery. And now available on Deliveroo, serving breakfast to start your day. Or choose from the daily menu, including yellowtail snapper, butterfish, parrotfish, boneless sea bass, salmon, and many other seafood delights, plus soups, side dishes, desserts, fresh punches, juices, and much more. Blue Nile South. Now available on Deliveroo. Or for takeaway, delivery, and table inquiries, call 0203 859 0346. That's 0203 859 0346. Blue Nile South, the specialist seafood restaurant delivering to your door. Find us on Instagram at Blue Nile South 25.
Welcome back. As we today Black Podcast is brought to you by Blue Nile South Restaurant, specialized in seafood. Let's talk about it. That's our new panel today. I'm gonna read you something. I'll read you a script taken from a book called Teach a Boy to Become a Man. It's one of the bestsellers. She can teach him many things of being a human, but being a man is something goes beyond any woman. Angel, what do you say about that?
Okay, so I can elaborate. If the man doesn't exist within the home, we still do have communities that we can make or ask for assistance to become the communities we once knew and we once grew around. So I was just expressing that me coming into an area, I had to make myself known to the community, to the boys in the hood, as you want to say, so they understand that I'm that mother that raised mine. So because I've raised mine, I'm not willing to allow you to take mine. So you look out for him, I'll look out for you. We look out for each other. If you need me as a mother, call me, knock my door. So here's what I have to offer to the community youth, and I would say men, who are lacking mothers who care and fathers. By offering my services, they'll tell me if my son comes out there and tries to even stand up with them. They won't allow him to. They have told me, you are not for the street, your mum didn't raise you like that, go back home. If any of the man them at the barbers see my son standing longer than 10 minutes and he's not having his hair cut, Angel, or they would tell me, oh, you know, we saw your son talking to some suspicious activities, don't really like what we saw, da, da, da. So therefore, yes, women can, and yes, women can't. But where you can't, you ask for assistance, and where you can, do your best and not the least. Don't shortchange yourself. So I find that I built my children's world in the house comfortable enough that they're happy and they don't even care about outside. Just like she's saying her son is indoors, for whatever reason, he likes his gaming and stuff. But my children's world indoors is so comfortable and complete. The outside world is like a fifth option to them. I love home because home is comfortable. I love home because I've got my mum there when I need her. I love home because it's a safe place. I love home because I learn from home. I teach them. So when puberty has come, my son has come to me and said, Mum, do you know what? And I'm like, oh, don't tell me, that's disgusting. And I laugh and I make joke and I say, okay, do you want me to call my dad? And he'll be like, nah, I'll call dad. And I'll say, okay, call dad. But we laugh, we talk, and he is comfortable enough to come to me. There's nothing he can't try and tell me. He's tried. And I'm the one to say, wrong person. Ask, go call him, you know?
Okay, that's why I
So
say,
we make jests in that.
that's why I there's going to be a time
Yeah.
when certain things you cannot deal with as a mother.
Yeah.
You need the father or a uncle
Mm.
or some big other relatives in your family
Mm-hmm.
who is a male figure for them to look up to. So it still come back to say the data can't be wrong.
Yeah, that's why I said I give them the option to go over there, but I have been the one that they can talk to, which means, for example, and I'm sorry, I've just got to say this, I was born and raised with both my parents. My dad, when I had my first period, was the one that was there. He's the one that told me what to do. I didn't know. I started too early. I didn't have a clue what was going on. He's the one that told me. He's the one that went to the pharmacy. He's the one that told me how often to change. Well, I was in the same house with two parents. My father is the one that showed me the feminine side because at the time, mum wasn't there. She'd gone on holiday to sort out some family issue. So you can still have a designated driver who is the other sex in your time of need. And I believe that that puberty session for a woman is where you really want your mum, but a dad can do it.
I'm gonna bring Danny in. I said Danny wanna come in. Danny.
I just want to continue. Yeah, what she said just now, yeah. As I said earlier on, my mom get into the serious relationship when I was 11, and the fact that my mom brought me up, I used to jingle my mom, like jingle her in it. But when the man came and said, he knows I'm jingling mom, so the man will connect with the jingleship and your lie quicker than your mom. As we say, your mom feel your mom always late, no late. You know what I mean? But you see, I remember one time I used to come in and mom say, where you coming from? I'm say, oh mom, I was with wait. Anytime my stepfather walk past me, I know me, I lie, me, I tell. But why I like my stepdad, that's why I have to pick up children and the people. I think I've got one of the nicest stepdad in the world, you know. So the person who brought me up apart. But my dad was active in my life. So it wasn't like my dad was around because my mother a bad woman. So my father had to get involved. You know.
I'm not knocking women that they're not doing a good job, you know. Some do try, but some don't have a clue. And some put love first and the kids last. You understand? But as a father, Danny, because you have sons. One son or two sons?
I've got 3 boys.
Give back Danny the mic. What are some of the pitfalls would you like to tell the ladies to look out for raising a boy? Have you raised your sons on your own?
Well, a lot of people don't even know this still, but I'm a full-time dad in this country for over 15 years, right? And I just want to big up every mother them now and make them know, say, it's enough for the mother them out there in England, I don't like with them, yeah? It's when them son get involved in any form of criminal activities. I wouldn't blame the mom. 90% the mom is not a bad mom. The mom teach your kids the right thing, you know, tutor them the right way. But some of them go out to go follow company and it tends to you blame yourself. Don't blame yourself. As long as you know you put out the awareness of what you have to do and you have to do. Because some of our kids them go out to go follow people. So I tell you, woman, don't blame yourself. Because these kids, yeah, you tell them the right thing oops, and them go out to go do what they want to do. I've seen kids where, like, one time I went to a police station with my son. I was in the police station. And our next parents come there with them son as well. And this youth I want to take him go to the station all the while. Him know what to do, him know what to go. You want him to talk to the police like big man. And I'm like, what? So them know what them are do. So, no, for my son, I tell you say my son. Maybe my son know the same too, but him not maybe see me, but it's about I don't care. Like when him say, I need to do the interview, I need to go now, you cannot charge me. He could tell you how long he gonna stay in the station. Do you understand them coming from? They studied how long to the crime what they commit. And one thing where really I look upon and say, boy, Jano, them youth here, they know how far to go ups. They know the business, may I tell you. Because I make you know that they know. And we as parents take up for we picnic more time. Yeah, I'm going to do the research. Okay, that's all I say.
Okay. So, as a father, do you blame the mothers or you blame the fathers?
To be honest with them, I blame the system, you know. Because man, enough of them mother I try. You know what? I've seen bad boys out there when them mother go to court. If you see them mother come to court, them mother are so humble little lady where cannot even take all the problem. So you have to love your mother. You know what I mean? I'm gonna tell you something. You know what I mean I get bad? Because I love my mother. And my mother can't take problem. You understand me? Worse, enough of them boy know them mother sick with them heart and high blood pressure. Them wicked, you know. And I take time kill off them mother, you know. If you love your mother, blood, come, I'm living. Maybe if I go to prison after my mother pass away, you understand me? But I don't want to give my mother no blood pressure right now. You know, but when you understand me, me can pass away for her. But to me love my mother hopes, me I be honest with them. I love my mother so much until me don't want to get into trouble for my mother. Because I don't want she got, you know?
Thanks, Danny. DJ Orthodox, do you think some of these mothers spoil their kids, spoil their boy kids, and give them too much PSP or too much name designer clothes? Or do you think they create some of the problem or most of the problem?
I would you use the term some, so I would say yes. Yes, some do. Because some try to use material things to kind of, cover the wound or put a plaster over the issue. Because sometimes, you talk to a son and a son say, Mama, blah, 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 and, a standoff happen. And being the man, back down so easy. More time move ever move to him away and fake and, gone to the door, bloom, door slam. Feelings, emotions, women are very emotional. So they're going to act off emotions. But a lot of times, with sons know how to manipulate females. They know how to get in their heads. As a man, like females know how to get into a man's head, vice versa. Battle of the sexes. So emotionally, for the mother, as what Angel said earlier on, it's all about cohesion. So if you're in a house with a son and the son is acting a certain way, say get bad then, put it that way, where more time would I go and be or something. For the mother, it's going to be very difficult to curve him. It's not going to be an easy job. Because mom is a walk over. A male figure is a different ball game. As I said before. But we as a community, if we don't get back to that where, our ropes can see a youth and say, you know what, Kemar or whatever your name is, go home to mommy, fix up yourself. Ray. Now, we lose that. Cause if somebody talk to Danny Bless and Danny Bless may come and say, hey, why you chat to me, you them way they see power, allow him now. We have that sort of issue as well, where, as I said before, the so-called gangster culture is messing us up big time. It has break down a lot of fences. But there's still hope.
So what do we blame for that? Because we have to blame something.
We cannot. We have to blame. We have to blame parenting first. Have to, because other nations going through the same problem. They're not as bad as us. The Chinese going through it. The Asians going through it. They all have shops. They all have petrol stations. They think about business. We think about gangster culture constantly. Who's the baddest man? Who have the most of this? Who bust the most this? It is messing us up big time, and that's one of the main problems we're having right now. We need to get back to structure. We need to get back to, a family unit where even if the parents break up, we still got that family unit. We still can talk. We still can reason. We still can ask the sons, come here, go do this, go do that. But if we don't get, trust me, the boss will leave we.
Okay. Dana, there's sometimes relationship breakdown and parents are in each other's head, cussing each other in front of the kids. So the kids hear you disrespect his father. The kids hear the father disrespect his mother. So it just drive a hatred between the parents and the kids. So when you try to talk to your son, you'll be telling him, don't talk to me because you disrespect my father. And when the father tried to talk to him, he said, don't talk to me because you disrespect my mother. Don't you think that when parents are broken up or they break up, they're supposed to still maintain a good relationship just for the kids' sake?
Yes, I do believe that, because As I said, I went through divorce before, and where even though I did say to my ex-husband, this is not healthy for the kids, he makes sure he's a softer part of me. I'm more the fire. So in that terms, it's like he will say you need to listen to your mom, but at the same time, he makes sure he will collect the children. If he's saying weekend, he will be there on weekend. Financially, he will make sure that they're okay. So if my kids was gonna, if for school, the school clothes is always on point. If you need pocket money, I'm not the one who give the pocket money. It was a dad.
What do you see other kids on the street like? They're just a certain way and they behave a certain way. What do you do?
Ropes. I don't know. Sometimes even my son, or if my son is in the car, I say, "Mom, you're not scared of them." Sometimes, like the other day, I was going to pick up my son. This young boy is about 14 now, 14, 15, coming from school, but he was one of my past student, and he was coming from school. I could see his boxers, because even though my son, as you said, they're always up their clothes up. Maybe sometimes you come to my party, you see my son. You ever see my son with his clothes down? My big son. You see him in the video, and I'm saying that's my son. You understand? And I'm like, I'm like, what you doing? You can't see that your clothes don't even look right. And he look around and he look at me and he pull it up and he say sorry, but is are we gonna get that from most of them in the community? If I'm driving on the road, you see where I'm living, it's like I'm in control of where I'm living, Robes. And if I'm driving by the road and I see the police stop any of the youths that I know, I'm pulling up, I'm stopping, and I'm asking and making sure that everything is okay.
Okay, you make a point that the police keep stopping them on the street and you stop and see what's happening. Okay. Do you think that the police take set on them, or the police have the all right to stop them because the problem is there and they know about it, so they just press on it?
I think the police sometimes is just trying to make a point because it's a black community, and because I'm sure that if we are in different communities, we drive through different communities, and you don't see the police pulling up in certain communities, stopping any other race different from. I'm not saying they don't stop in the white community, but in the black community, it's more. As we say, it's more likely to happen.
Major, you want to elaborate on that?
Yeah. Okay, the first thing I can say is my children are more afraid of me than the police, first of all, because I had to teach them that you have to be more afraid of me than the police, because I'm the one that's going to hand you over if you decide to go down the wrong route. I'm not here to fight for you first and then tell you off later. You're wrong, go. If you're wrong, you're wrong. I hate seeing parents defend their children and then try to tell the child when we get home, when we close the door, that, you know what, you were wrong though. I don't play that. If my child was to ever, like, it's happened before where my son was bullied at school one time. And I went and enrolled myself to work at the school in the evening straight away. I wasn't playing because they didn't deal with it at school. So my point was, I need to get to the root of this issue. Why have you been bullied? First of all. Second of all, why have they not done anything about it? And if I stay as just a parent and I don't become a part of that team, we'll never get to the point of fixing this. And somebody else is going to end up worse. Because what happens is, it's not just this street thing. It starts from school. It starts from the young age at school, primary school, going up as well. They start being targeted at school. That's my point. So don't think it's the police that start targeting the youth. It starts in the system. So what happens here is, like Donna was saying, I come out when they're stopping and searching on my area. But I'll tell you what the reason is, by the way. Because I deal with the police, I deal with the council, I deal with the surveillance cameras. They see what they need to see before they come for you. it's the surveillance camera that spotted that there's 10 of them over there, and I've just spotted something shining. I've just seen that one on a bike go around the corner and throw something over that fence for later. It's not unfounded, but I will still come out and check and make sure that they're not making the wrong decision. There has been incidences where the police have let out the dogs, and like, for example, my son had gone to the shop. He scared of dogs like me, and he ran. And that's my son, and they know me. And he's literally just stopped and frozen. And I've said to them, don't touch him. He won't run. I'm here now. Just get rid of those dogs. Now, again, it's not just the police that are stereotyping. Our own people are stereotyping. Why are you taking your phones out and videoing and saying, look what happened in the ends? Oh, by the way, stop and search is going on. You're hyping it up as well for your own hood, for your own neighborhood, for your own black people. So there is a problem. It's social media.
Do you think they know any better?
But this is the issue. They don't know any better because they fail to try and inquire on things like this. So there is a meeting in the hood, as we want to call it, and no parents are at this meeting. No residents are at this meeting, and it takes me to come into the area to know where the meeting is. Why have you not been coming to this meeting? It's about your children. It's about your miniature adults. And you're not trying to inquire on what you can do as a community. When I started SOS, and I was telling everybody, I'm using my social working abilities and skills to try and help the community personally, without you having your children taken from you first or threatened to be taken away. Let's try fix it quietly first. But people are afraid. People are scared.
Okay. Dana, have you ever tried to reach out for any outside help?
In terms of for my children?
For your children.
Yes, I've gone to CAMS. I've used CAMS is the children and mental health. What can you help me?
Like association.
Yeah. So they do yes, child and adolescent mental health. So they seek to check if the child have any form of disabilities and see how they're gonna try to help that child to integrate into the society on a whole, with whether it is within schools or in the community itself.
Okay.
But
right. Let me ask you something. Do we have anybody in the community where we go to people in the community?
Like for me, sometimes I'll talk to my pastor at my church, or sometimes I'll talk to I'll talk to the teachers, because bear in mind where I said the situation started with my son. He was in school at the time, and I said I had to withdraw him. And when I found out that where one of the boy was going to school, I called that school. But at this point, they had already expelled the boy. So for me as a parent, if you're on my child, I'm on you. I'm gonna check to find everywhere that I think someone must know you. I will go to, if sometimes you see me going to party, I go to party for different reasons. You understand? Because sometimes I will speak to people, I will say, this is what is happening. Or another time I would say, okay, do you know, I will ask question, do you know this person? This person is troubling my son from here. I don't keep things in like that. I'll make sure someone know that something is happening. You know what?
Can we deal with the problem ourselves?
No, you can call social services for help for your children. It don't have to be social services. Doesn't mean problem, you know.
Because it's a cultural thing. Because wait, 1 second. Because sometimes some of these people don't understand these youths, right? And these youth act up for a reason. There's always a reason for everything. Do we have any organization in the black
No,
community?
we don't.
Yes, we do.
Where?
Here's the problem. I just said it. We have a meeting in the community, and no black people are at the meeting to represent black youth.
So
I'm representing the street youth.
1 second. Where does this meeting promote?
So this is what I'm saying. funny enough, I end up representing the youths on the street because what I do is I go to the youth on the street and I ask them, every one of them individually, what's your situation? What's your situation? I'm going to this meeting. Tell me what I need to tell them about what you go through. Then I also convert myself because there's no one else to represent. Right, as the parent. Then I convert myself as the social worker. Why? Because there aren't 5 of us. Because there aren't even 5 of us that I can say, I can take your hand, let's go to the meeting. So that's because we don't inquire. Just like what you said, people have pride and fear. It's also fear because social services, honey, I agree with you, but they also take your children, which is why I refuse to do my job in an office and sit down like this and see that paperwork that I have to go and take a child out of a home without enough reason, without enough understanding, and without giving them a fair chance. So if you want to know where your local people are, black people are that help your youth, there's Academy of Manhood. They exist. They deal with the men them.
Why is it so hard to find? Why we don't know about these things?
They're on social media. But that's what I'm saying. People don't look, and that's the real truth. That is the truth. I came to the area and I found everything that everybody hasn't been looking for by doing this on my phone. All I had to do was just type in black community. Boom. There's like 30 different organizations come up. 30 different, and that's just Northwest. How about the other South London? There's a few in South. If you need anything, I can help you on that.
Okay,
there's loads.
Danny, you say you've been to the police station with your son. Do you think that, as a father, did you think that you done everything right for him?
Well, first of all, you have a thing you have to call him. A word them call him resource. Resources. A lot of parents now have the right resource and them do a wonderful job. So we have to appreciate that too. You hear me? So if you have the right tool equipped for the job, God go with you. But you still can't have the right tool and things don't work, right? So you have to give thanks for the liquor where you have in it. You understand me? And next thing again, as we Dana said earlier on, you have a lot of support team out there, even charity, when we get involved and help. But when the police get involved, it's a thing where there's a criminal, somebody get charged or whatever in the incident. These kids, they won't talk. So they don't go far. They won't talk. As I said, my son, if you think my son, I got to tell us that the man, they don't know. They don't snitch.
They want to deal with it themselves.
No, they don't snitch. These kids know. And as a parent, you will sit down and try to talk to them. But if they snitch, I don't want to talk about it. They're like, other guys tell them in the farmer, and no child wants
so it's street cred
in farmer. But what you do as a parent as well too, some of the time it's good to listen to, because I've been in a situation where I try to tell my son to talk to the police and I'm not having it. When as soon as the police, they're in a tantrum.
So why did he talk to you? But you know. Do you believe that every parent should be their kid's friend?
No. Listen, Oops. Let me tell you something. It's when I youth reach 15, 16. I don't know about your father who raise your child, right? But you can teach your son the right thing and the right way, and they choose to be that child. There's nothing you can do about it. That's why I say, not because you have a bad child, you have a bad parent. If me have my son and my son in jail, me not go walk around through you on the road, me walk along my head, me walk my head high, because me teach him the right thing.
As long as you know you do the right thing.
And do the right thing. So don't hold on and feel sorry for yourself. As long as you know you do the right, and the resource as well, when you as parent have, and you do it. Feel proud. Me not make nothing will make me walk with my head down,
Wait, but as a man growing a son,
mm-hmm.
don't you think that from young you teach him that look, you're supposed to break it in and say there's no secret, son. We have the thing called no secret. We talk about everything, anything that bothers you today, tell it to me. And you build a trust like that, so you'll have a relationship.
Most parents do. Will the child though will attend to mom and said.
You believe in the Bible, let's say, grow a child.
Oops. What I was saying, you have the word name instill. She used it earlier on. You instill it in these kids from a tender age. So let's not go on Nessa. Not follow John Tom. Good pit where you go. You give him heavy ties, everything. You say Christmas him get all the gifts. Easter him get all the gifts. Some people buy out them kids, you know. Listen, now. I've got. I don't want to tell you this. At first, I'm going to tell you this. I'm not ashamed to tell you. Listen, now. You see me? You see, one at a time, my son get crazy, boy. Yeah? I'm going to be honest with you. And I feel like I'm going to lose my son. Me go down on my knee in my house and I beg him to behave, you know. Like, actually, I bend down and I said, dude, just behave for me, please. What you want me to do? Like, actually, bow to him, and I can't, the stress and them thing there. Listen up. I mean, chatting up, I mean, go down on my knee and I said, listen up, please, just behave, no, please. Just behave, innit? But the thing about it, when these kids have these issues out there as a parent, you hear me? It's hard for them as well, hopes. Because you don't know. One, go there and go out there. Right. Yesterday, me da barking. And I stand up at the train station. I'm going to get pick up. When me look, me see, no. I'm going to be honest with you. I come at the train station, right? And I was waiting to get picked up. When I look to my right, I see a homeless lady with a dog, innit? You know, the homeless people, I beg money. So I say, all right then. I see some old youth in front of me, teenager. I don't like to hang with them because I find a man, so I hold my car and I miss enough teeth.
That's the same thing.
Yeah, you mean? Yeah. No, listen.
One second.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they are crying out for help. Sometimes as a big man, you just need to say hello to them and
No, that happened because I have son. Oops. You don't have to tell me that. I have kids and son, so I say, boy, I would. I say hello and do them respect. Mama means a man where, if you saw me go in a real life, you know, means a boy demand my respect, you know, up to a child, you know. Trust me, you know. I give them chances too, you know. So sometimes I have to make them have them look away and then, so you can't too hard on them. But when me stand up at the train station now, with the homeless lady, innit? So I throw a 20p in the something. So I take out sitting on that smoke now. And I say, all right. And I say, yeah, man. I say, I like homeless people. I don't so no and judge nobody because I don't know what can happen to me. And I say, respect that. One man who drive out of one boy upon a bicycle, about 15 years old. So I see him stand up park and look upon it two way. So anyway, I did it one like, I pick up say him on the corner. And by the time I stand up at the bus stop, I go across the road. And I stand up and I try to put my bag for my shoe. Yeah, the boy right up on the bike. Big man. So yeah, are you selling a jacket? God no. You hear me? I bet him man in go him, so which man I go out the road now? Boy, I see me I'm go jacket because they know the jacket. They say jacket to me where, yeah? I bought it. You understand, man? But they know the jacket. I mean, if I take look, boy, I want my jacket. So boy, I go and I take the knife and I take, you know, them thing I want now. Like, boy, I take out knife. And boy, come to me and I say, what kind of game? We could have thinking in your mind. Oh, go you. But I bet him parents to teach him that. And that's him just...
Yeah, well, no, but that was your opportunity to be a father to him.
No, me talk to him, but you know, me I tell him, I say, yeah, girl? Because, you know, me say, no, I say, I will go here, man. Because dirty style, that, man. No, me just be real.
Okay.
I should have video and put it up on, I should have video and put it on Instagram.
But that wouldn't be good. That wouldn't be good.
That's not the right way.
That wouldn't be good.
And then mom, for sure, say, mom, no go up that. What me I try to say, yeah? I'm just trying to tell you that his parents doesn't brought him up like that. And look, I'm going to embarrass him parents.
You just don't know where he's coming from, though.
Me? No, the boy have a good jacket too. I need him see a jacket. I want a jacket. He ain't red.
Yes, but you talk to him.
No, me ask himself. I definitely said to him, say, you love man? Yeah, girl?
Exactly. You don't talk to 15 years
No,
like
when he get that, I mean, still, I'm going to go and say, that man was rude, you know, but don't think about it.
You to talk to him like that.
Them, the boy, they can't talk to them good because they know better. They know better. The parents teach them the good things. So them know what them are do.
It's not all the parents teach them the good things, bro.
Oops. You know, I like, but you sometimes I put into consideration and say, the youth to put them first and to treat the youth right. But let me tell you something. These youth, you have to treat them right, but them have to treat you right as well. They have sense. Not for them. Them know, yes, no.
They say who know better, do better. And then this is how we're going to build up.
So boys when I'm a jacket, I say, what we going?
Wait. Doc,
My son will never do that.
Hold on. You get into a situation where a youth approach you to buy a jacket. But this is where your father instinct going to come into you now. right? This is where you're gonna spend few minutes with him. I bet if it was a woman, that woman would have known exactly what to do to say to that you to get him, and you're gonna say, we're gonna go.
I'll be honest with you, yeah.
Wait. Let me don't just wait. Okay, let's move on. Dax, the same situation. Do you think that you've done enough to your kids and to the kids in the community as a father?
I would say yes, because basically I try to portray what I've learned from my parents. And in some instance, you have to take a step back and watch what's going on, because you can't just run in either. That can affect you. So you have to analyze the situation and look at it from an angle and say, okay, this is the time to step in. I step in before things get too rowdy. But it's not everyone got that training. I've done security training. I've been a security for 4 years. So even when I go to an event, I scan the whole place. I could tell when something's gonna kick off. I would say to my woman, let's go. And she said, boy, Doc, this is come, ready. So with kids in our community right now, I've seen all what I watch them. And if I have to talk to them about something, I talk to them about it. But a lot of our people, as on a day-to-day basis, do not engage kids. They're afraid. Because first thing you say, boy, you know, whenever you stop that youth, boy, them man have them knife and already them carry a gun. So, but it's how you approach them. You can't approach the baddest man. It's how you approach them, break the ice, you know. But for most people, I've done it, let's just explain, I just demonstrate just now. Yeah, girl? That not gonna trigger something off in our youth head.
Definitely.
I must say, hold on, I'm take me for punk. If I call me girl.
Have 17, 18.
Yeah, we understand, but it goes back.
Wait, 1 second. Danny, you know sometimes even a big man outside and the way we approach them and what, if they approach us badly and we fight them back with fire, it can end up being bad for us, all of us. So, but if you just say, somebody coming to you and they want to pick a fight with you and say, as a big man, you know, something like that today. I'm not in that mood today, and so let's talk about it and talk it out. And we are big man. We don't mess with. There's no point we being fighting each other and things like that.
What you said, you know, sorry. Why I get to that conversation, when we get into that conversation, yeah? We were just stating out that a parent can do the right thing and the boy go to them something. That was really the topic. So I that try to say, listen now, what I was trying to say to you that, just imagine your mom see your son I do that, and me know the mom not teach him that, so that's what me want get a rise up first. You hear me?
As a father instinct should have kicked in.
No.
Right away.
My instinct, yeah, whatever, yeah. To be honest with you, yeah. You know, I could enough with parents and them thing there. Every time I picnic in trouble in England, them, oh, he's having a bad day. You hear me? Yeah, oh, is Mrs. Mom? Oh, his dad just died. Oh, he's not well. Why? Listen now. No, yeah, oh, get it. You know, I don't know. Listen now. Let me tell you something, yeah? You see where I'm from? Let me tell you something, yeah? A 15 or a 16-year-old child, for me, is a sense of a human being. And as I said to you, say, you can't give them chance. I remember telling you, you say youth, yeah? You have to know if you give them chance to, you know. You hear me? You can't be hard upon them. But at that time, I make you know, say, oh, you man, me no business. That's what happened. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's how I come across that day. I never liked it.
We have 2 minutes left. Let's bring Dana in.
Were you at that point think that the little boy was gonna rob you or something? Because from what I'm gathering and listening to what you're saying, is like you think that you were threatened at the time, even though he was a child. You didn't see the need to really see or ask any question to know what exactly he was about, but instead you were saying, oh, your man or whatever. Because I'm thinking that maybe you were thinking, this boy I don't trust, because this is the thing with us as adults within the community with these youths.
Maybe as well.
We don't trust them. And you think that even though they're this age, because it's in our mentality is that if they're hurting each other, if they're stabbing up each other. We're not going to get involved because I'm not going to let any one of them stab me up, or I'm not going to let any one of them kill me. So this is the mentality that we have, and we don't even try to stop to find out what is going on.
Perfectly
Why
right.
do you need my coat?
Perfectly right.
Why are you asking me about the coat?
Perfectly
Do
right.
you like it or whatever? Maybe if you have gone from that angle, then you would have exactly know what was going on. You know, when you're growing, your grandmother always say, if you don't step on the ants, you don't know what's in the ant's stomach. So you could have started something positive.
All right.
A good
As what you
approach.
say,
Yeah.
as what you say, yeah. Let me tell you something, yeah. And I said earlier on, I was standing there. There was I want 9 boys in front of me at the bus stop. At the end of the day, most of them boys are on proper jackets. But I know them jackets, expensive jackets. So he's got on his jacket. It may not expensive as this one. You don't know if this man want to rob me, I take my jacket. So I'm just answering them. Yeah, me just come and say, who you man? So me no welcome you in a no. You know, so me no chat to me, divide me alone. Because if me did one, me would have stand up with the uno. Me decide me to go on and me take come. Because me tell you something, yeah? Me no care if you are 17, 18, 19, 20. Me afraid of you know. Maybe I see them, I'm a big man. When I see the 14 year old do they get mad, and the 15 year old I sweep up my life. So my time me God do, me just walk past them. Because any of them boy try walk because don't kill you know. I've seen where young youths kill older man, you know, and get over it, you know. Because name young youths kill Skinny, R.I.P. Skinny. You hear me? I don't know what happened, and my business, but I'm just telling from past when I hear in the street, and next brother again one day, and next young youth kill him. You know, so we're not having it.
2 minutes. Angel, you wanna come in on this and just finish up and.
Yeah, I think energy does kind of make a person weary. So I'm not going to go into the faults or the non-faults at the moment, but I just believe that with all of this wrapped up in one, we just have to don't have fear, because I approach anyone. Like I honestly, and I think it's easier for me as a woman, the way I probably look and present myself. So I've not had any problem going into the estates and speaking to certain men. There's certain estates around here I've been to and I've driven in, and they've looked at my car, for example, and they iron me up, and I'm like, hi, you all right? And I walk past. If you are a car thief, you're going to watch my car now. You're going to babysit it, because I give you the warmth you're not used to. Yeah, I'm good at that. So those 15 guys lining up on the wall, sizing me up, and they end up, I'll be like, are you guys going to watch my car? I'm coming back. And when I come back, I might just say, so how are you? How's the day? Etc. And I'll say, thank you, bless up. And I'll just get in my car and drive off. No problem. And that's estates where I know somebody just got stabbed last night and I can see the tape and I'm like, oh. But I don't allow my fear to conquer my reaction. But it's not easy for anyone. It's not easy. Like Danny's saying, it's not easy.
Okay, Dax, you can finish up.
Well, for me, it's a bit different because I engage anybody. I engage any youths if I feel like it. I don't know if because my mannerism or whatever, or because of what I've been through or how I grew up. I grew up in one of the roughest places back home. So for me to engage people, it don't take me nothing. You know, it's Moxie, Spanish Town, Kingston 20, Reddings Road. Those areas are my frequent areas. Go to school in Moxie Avenue. So to engage kids in this country is much easier for me than to engage kids where I grew up. Although you may see them on a day-to-day basis. So for me, it's not a problem. I think I could do more of the engagement, because sometimes I see them and thinking, sure, I don't feel like getting involved with them, so then I allow them. You know, and then you say, boy, somebody get licked on, or, you know, so dogs, you all around the so. I say, well, go on, blah, blah. But you can help where you can, but I think we tend to shut off too much as elders. And as you rightfully said earlier on, we need more positive role models in our communities. There's too much of the negative thing I go on, and too much of the gangster thing I go on. Too much.
Okay, thank you, Dax. One of the main reasons why I do this podcast is to build back our community, is to take up the carpet and walk back on the boat floor, because too much things are hiding underneath the carpet. We are not owning up to our responsibility. It's so easy for we to walk away from our family and our responsibility. It's so easy for us to leave all the problem and the mothers, and we go aside and we think that we find our next roof. We find our next roost, like the cock move to our next roost. So we don't care what's happening over there. And for we to build back our community, we have to start to take responsibility. Most time, we have a big issue. We see the youths them that born here, and we think that we are different from them. But we all have to remember that they are our offspring, and they need us. You understand? There's a time when the Afro-Caribbean used to feel lost, like they don't know where they're coming from, and they struggle with it for years to see, like, am I from Africa? What am I doing in Jamaica? Am I Jamaican? Am I this? Am I that? Then most of us come and live in England, and it worse. Then we start to have offspring, and our kids see that the system reject them. They are not in, they don't know, sometimes they don't know who they are. You understand? And they're looking to us because they are our kids. And we must not shun them. No matter how bad them is, we must talk to them because sometimes they just need somebody to talk to. Some of them are really ridiculously out hard, and we can live with it. But if we catch them on a half day and they say something rude to us, and it's the way we react back to them that trigger off the problem. You understand? Because if you're talking to them soft and talking to that, first thing gonna say, big man, walk on big man, you good big man, Ray. So we have to understand the different culture with them and what they're going through. Let's not condemn. Don't condemn them. Let me finish, bro. You understand? Let's not condemn no one. Let's let us move forward and build back our community. And as a parent myself, and all of us here, we are parents. Some of us single, some of us in relationship. We just need to build our community back. We need to take back our community from the street. We need to be back our kids' friend. We need to be our son dad. You need to be your son mom. You understand? We need to stop by their love. You understand? We need to talk to them positively. We need to encourage them to do well in education. We need to take them off the street. We need to make them know that the street money is just for now. It's not going to be for later. So we need to make them know that education is the key. And we need to build our community. We need to start to support each other. Because we find out that our community, we are not builders. We're not building down. We don't build up. We knock everyone down. We don't build up. We need to start build back each other from scratch. We need to have you. We need to support you. Once you're doing good, we need to share information. Right? So we're going to start from this podcast. And as we say, let's talk about it. And guys, I just want to say to you, thank you for coming on this panel tonight and discuss this matter. And next week we'll continue with some of the same topic and go forward. And we will invite some other guests on the topic because it's a broad thing. This is really, really broad, and I'm really passionate about it, and I want to see my community build back. So I want to say thank you. Leo, I'll clap yourself. You've done well tonight.
Blue Nile South, the restaurant that specializes in seafood dishes. 25 Meeting House Lane, Peckham, SE15 2UN. Open Monday to Sunday, 10 a.m. till 11 p.m. for takeaway and delivery. And now available on Deliveroo, serving breakfast to start your day. Or choose from the daily menu, including yellowtail snapper, butterfish, parrotfish, boneless sea bass, salmon, and many other seafood delights, plus soups, side dishes, desserts, fresh punches, juices, and much more. Blue Nile South. Now available on Deliveroo. Or for takeaway, delivery, and table inquiries, call 0203 859 0346. That's 0203 859 0346. Blue Nile South, the specialist seafood restaurant delivering to your door. Find us on Instagram at Blue Nile South 25.
This podcast is brought to you by Video Rose Production Limited. Whether you got an event, a birthday, a wedding, a christening, even music video, we will capture it all for you. Don't waste time. Give Video Ropes a call.